Okay, Luke, you must be raring to go on this tour.
Yeah, definitely am. Obviously, just played the one game, but obviously training hard and hoping to get the nod.
Have you had any word? Have you any idea whether you might play in this one?
No, we don't find out till tomorrow morning, I would have thought. So obviously they get to look at the pitch, but all you can do is, obviously, as I said before, just keep working hard, and when you get your chance, obviously take the opportunity.
If you do get a chance, do you feel you've got a lot to prove at the moment?
Oh, you've always got a lot to prove in international cricket. It doesn't take long for everyone to need a performance out of you, and you always want one as well. So obviously it was nice to play in the last game. Felt pretty good with the bat. Would like to have gone on a bit further, but certainly happy with how I felt out there.
And what about what's the morale been like with the series lost?
Obviously disappointed. You know, we've played outstandingly well in one-day cricket for 2 years now, so very disappointing to lose a series. But obviously we've still got a lot to look forward to. Obviously these next two games are very important for us onto the World Cup.
There's been a lot of talk of hangover, mental tiredness, focus when you're batting. What's been said these last few days since the defeat?
I don't think we've gone for any excuses of tiredness. You know, it is what it is. We had 7 one-day games here and we want to win them. That's what we're paid to do and what we want to do. Obviously it's been disappointing that we haven't been able to come here and get a good result, but as I said before, there's other things to look forward to.
The top order though needs to start performing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It showed in that the one game we've won. Obviously Trotty went and got a big 100, which we've needed. That's what we did well in the test matches. People got big hundreds, and that's why we won the series. So yeah, it has been disappointing, but you know, no one knows more than the batters, and they want to put it right.
Are England playing for pride now?
Well, we're playing for a lot. Obviously, yes, we are playing for pride in these next 2 games, but we're playing for a World Cup as well, and they're all international games. You want to win every game you play.
And the heat, mate, it's absolutely scorching out here. How are you finding it? How are the team going to cope with this tomorrow?
It's quite nice actually. Back at Skype on home and seeing everyone absolutely freezing, wrapped up in their scarves and hoodies and everything. So no, we obviously love the heat. It is a factor, but with the day-night games, obviously we don't get the main bit of the heat.
Heading into the World Cup, how important, I mean, you've lost the series, but winning these 2 next matches would be crucial in terms of confidence and momentum heading in, isn't it?
Yeah, of course they are. You know, it is a massive confidence game, all sport, and any sort of momentum we can get going into that World Cup is all going to be a help. And obviously we want some scores, as we said, from the top order.
Is it disappointing given, I mean, how well it's 2 different forms of the game, but you know how well you did in the Ashes and then coming to this just before the World Cup, losing this series? Was that?
Yeah, of course it's disappointing. It'd have been disappointing whatever the result of the Ashes, but as we said, if we can go home and it's 4-3, then obviously that we take quite a lot from that. You know, Australia are such a tough opponent, especially here as well. But they've played good cricket, so it's, you know, well done to those. But as we said, there's great things to look forward to.
Luke, there's 4 matches between now and the start of the World Cup proper. Is it a realistic goal for you to make a spot yours in that space of time, given that there's a few injuries around?
Oh, definitely. So yeah. Yeah, of course. You know, there's it only takes one game. You know, a big 100 or 5 to get a spot down. So every time you play, you're giving yourself an opportunity to make a statement and keep a number 1 spot.
I just forgot my question. Maybe it was good. That wasn't that good. In terms of the crowd booing Michael Clarke up in Brisbane, what was your kind of reaction, you guys, to that? Have you seen anything like that back at home where your captain's been booed, or what do you guys think of it in general?
Not really. Obviously, it's tough for him, but all you can do as a cricketer is go out and score runs. And hat off to him, he came out and played a good 50. And you know, and then I'm sure the next game probably everyone will be cheering him. That's international sport. You put out in front of the crowd, and you're judged on your performances alone. So the only way you can answer that is by doing what he did.
How damaging would it be for you guys to lose the next 2 games, to suffer a really heavy series defeat?
Oh, it'd be disappointing. It doesn't then mean that you're going to go to the World Cup and not go and perform well there. But fingers crossed that isn't something that we'll be going to the World Cup with.
How much of a concern are the injuries that are tossing up in the fast bowling ranks? Not an ideal time, is it?
Oh, it's obviously disappointing. You never want injuries, but you know, the morale's very good still in the camp. The boys feel like they're getting better, and I'm sure with all the backroom staff that they'll be ready and raring to go for the World Cup.
Luke, is there anything that you as a group are going to do between now and even your arrival in Mirpur to prepare for the subcontinent? Has Andy got any plans for you for the next few days?
Oh, I'm sure Andy's got some plans. Obviously, it's just to keep working hard. You know, obviously, as we've said, it's been disappointing this series, but you know, we've played a lot of great cricket over the last 2 years, so we haven't got too many things wrong over that big period. So it's just to keep working hard and like we say, make extra focus for those big scores up top.